Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to Locker Talk, Austin San Antonio from the Bench show. This week, I got a great opportunity to talk to Austin Bowie softball player and 2021 Auburn softball commit, Abbey Smith. You know, we obviously talked about her commitment, why she chose Auburn, especially with as early as she did commit to Auburn, and you know, the type of home that she's found in Auburn, Alabama, and you know, talking about how the program expectations at Austin Bowie are, you know, an immediate focus for her and her teammates and the coaching staff, and how they're, you know, trying to build off of what happened a couple years ago when they played in the 2017 state final, and just, you know, obviously just building off of last year's success and making sure that they can go further than last year. And it was just great to kind of catch up with her. You know, I've been able to interview her in the past, but, you know, it's a new year, new mindset. And with her being an upperclassman finally as a junior, she has some great expectations for herself and the Austin Bowie softball program, not only in 2020 but 2021. So let's go to the tape right now. Hey, Thomas Pinger, obviously with this week's From the Bench interview at Austin Bowie High School with Abbey Smith, 2021 Auburn softball commit. Got to ask, you know, obviously a great tradition at Auburn, but what kind of attracted you to that campus and that program?
At first, the coaches were a big influence in my decision, but then obviously coaches change, and I fell in love with the campus itself, and I like how it's compact, and just everything about it just makes it feel so much like home for me.
Awesome. And obviously, you know, you're part of a great high school program here at Bowie. A couple years ago, made the state finals. I know early last year in the playoffs, early exit, but I know a great start to this 2020 season. What is going well for the Lady Dogs so far in 2020?
I think this year we've learned to become closer as a team, and at first we were a little not so much playing like a team, but I think as the season's gone on, we've become like a team, and it really helps us on the field because we know that we can trust each other, which is really important.
And what are you doing as one of the leaders of the squad to kind of keep this team not only on the track of, you know, going far in the playoffs, but just being, you know, on point in every game?
I've been just trying to mainly stay really positive this year because sometimes that's what I lack, and it has a big influence on the team because I know they look up to me. So I'm trying to be a positive influencer on the team. No matter what I can do, I'm always trying to be a leader.
I know you've had some high-scoring games, a 20-run game, a couple shutout victories. How is that kind of continuing to occur over and over, just these great successes in games?
We're doing really well hitting. Whenever we can string hits together, we're pretty unstoppable, I would say. So I think that's one of the big things this year is we're really good at hitting, and we have some strong bats in the lineup with some freshmen that have been stepping up this year.
And what's kind of the ultimate goal? I mean, we know where this program has been, but what are some of the goals that y'all are chasing day in, day out to obviously get to a greater goal?
We want to place high in district this year, like first or second in district, hopefully. We want to make it a couple rounds deep in playoffs and just have a good season.
And you are a junior. What would you like to kind of individually work on, you know, before you graduate and obviously wrap up your career at Bowie?
I just want to work on continuing to be a leader because I know that's going to be important as I get older, and that could be a big influence in like if I can start as a freshman or not, depending on my leadership skills. So I think that's something big that I want to work on.
Awesome. Well, obviously Abby's been with this program for a number of years, and she'll continue to be a leader for the Lady Dogs of Austin Bowie High School. So definitely stay tuned for the rest of her career and what the Lady Dogs are going to do in the rest of the 2020 season. Thomas Bingham signing off. Back to y'all in the studio.
Thomas, always fun to listen to these From the Bench interviews that you do. You do an excellent job of
Thank
it.
you.
And yet another great interview to tell the story of a local athlete. You know, Abbey Smith, committed to Auburn. I thought it was interesting that she wanted to find a place that kind of felt like home, and yet it's out of state. So
Yeah.
it
A couple states away, too.
A couple of states away, but I think, you know, you can see it in this interview. You can see it in the way that she plays. She's ambitious, and you spoke to it a little bit with her high expectations. You know, with Bowie exiting the playoffs early last year, the team, not just Abbey, but the team, I would imagine, wants to recreate the success that Bowie saw a few years ago, and she's still young. Not only can she do that this year, but she can have that experience again next year too. And considering how early she committed to Auburn in her softball career, I have high expectations for her myself. She's got bright future ahead of her. She knows her goals and knows what she wants. When you have somebody who is willing to travel several states away but knows what home feels like, I feel like that's a recipe for a successful collegiate career. So pretty awesome. I wish Abby the best of luck. And Thomas, once again, always great to hear these local stories. That's what From the Bench is about, man.
It's my pleasure.
And I love
doing
that.
Them. I'm glad that we have this as part of the VYPE coverage, but also Locker Talk coverage as well.
Yeah, being able to get to know players more than just their statistics. So, Abby, like I said, best of luck, and I'm glad to hear your story. Hopefully won't be the last time. I'm sure we'll be hearing her story more often. Well, Thomas, let's get out of here. We got another show tomorrow. We have our Pick'em show.
That's going to be fun.
And
it always is.
I'm not going to disclose the records, but I will tease that you did come back like one game. I was up 2 games on you.
I'm clawing back.
And you are clawing back. So if you want to learn more about what Thomas did and coming back this past week, go ahead and check us out. And don't forget to check out all of our previous shows. We put out shows every day over the course of the week. On Monday, if you enjoyed this one, Abbey Smith also did a rapid fire show on Monday, March 9th. And so we were able to ask her some obscure questions. I think we found out what her favorite food was, actually, mac and cheese. So we had that on Monday, followed by our highs of the week, and our weekly sports coverage was yesterday. So tune in to those if you haven't. And Thomas, let's get us out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, if you enjoyed today's show, definitely follow us on social media, VYPE ATX, VYPE SATX on Twitter. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram at VYPE Texas. You can follow me on all 3 of those platforms at Tex and HN. Also sign up for VYPE Campus, get extra coverage for your school and school district.
You can follow me at Evan_Buyer UT. Man, I got to get my Twitter handle right.
You're not the only Evan that's ever been to UT.
No,
I attended UT and graduated from there.
I am not. But
you're not the Evan of UT.
I need to change that into my Twitter name. But that's where I post the show. So if you want a quick, easy click, follow me on Twitter and you'll find it. And if you'll notice, we are a man down today. The Whack, as his new name is, producer Josh. He is, thank you for putting this show together for us and editing this. He will be back on tomorrow's episode.
Yeah, I couldn't do it without him. And obviously Friday is a big day for Whack.
It's his show, man.
It is his show. So you'll definitely see a lot of Whack tomorrow. But signing off, Thomas Bingham, Evan Barr, Bingham Barr. We'll see you tomorrow.